Fall, heading into winter fishing. What are the bass doing? That's what we're talking about on today's Googan Lab. So the water temps are starting to cool down. Maybe they're getting all the way into the 50s, just depending on where you are in the country. Sometimes they get below that. But winter fishing, there's a lot of techniques, no matter where you are, that are gonna work. So let's talk about where these fish go. So bass, when the water temps start to cool down in the fall, they go into shad feeding mode. On most places you'll see. And this could be, creeks, ponds as well, if they've got shad in there. Any place that has shad or some sort of big schooled up forage fish, they're going to get on those and they'll start chasing them. You'll see surface activity, you're gonna see explosions. It becomes really a fun time to fish your topwaters and your frogs, and also throw in anything that looks like a shad in the fall. And they start to get up into creeks. So they'll push shad into creeks. So you can catch them all the way in the backs of these creeks. And then once that bite starts to slow down, when winter really starts to hit, then you're just gonna see a reverse migration of the same thing. So this is gonna be moving back out to points, it's moving out to creek channels, and this is what is called the winter haunts. This is where bass go in the winter, and their metabolisms usually slow down, so they're not eating as much, but they will stay around these areas all winter long and stay fat until spring. So a surefire way to stay on fish, no matter if you're fishing a pond or fishing a big lake, fall going into winter, is to stay around deep water. The deep water is like the haven for bass. It's a safe place. They can go suspend out there. They can get in any comfortable water depth that they want to be in, just to regulate their temperature, digest, and they just feel really comfortable there. So any kind of creek channel swing. And one of the things that I like to look for is literally looking at the bank. What does that bank look like? Where are you seeing a change in the topography around the shoreline where there might be a steep cliff, and kind of follow that? If you have a mapping system on your GPS, obviously you can use that, but the fish will stay around those deeper creek channels, and that's where the shad are usually. They stay in that around that deeper water. So even if it's a warm, sunny day and fish will kind of push up shallow, they're not gonna be very far from that deep water. So keep that close by, and you're gonna be catching fish from the fall winter transition. So as we go from fall all the way into deep winter, when it's really cold, fish will still be on the shad. Some of my favorite baits for deep winter time are suspending jerk baits and spoons. And if we get a warm sunny day, where fish might push up into some rocky areas or anything that warms up with wood, I like to throw a jig. So those are some key things to keep in mind. But that is the fall to winter transition. If you want to stay tuned for more seasonal bass finding educational videos, keep it locked right here. Subscribe to the Googan Lab. We'll see you next time.